In my last Modern Warfare video, I talked about Scrapyard, its inclusion in the game, its previous remake, all that stuff. This video I want to quickly talk about Trench, the new map that they added for Gunfight with Season 4, that has inspired me to make this video. A video simply requesting for Infinity Ward to make a 3v3 Moshpit playlist. 3v3 on some of the larger gunfight maps, something like Trench, Isle 9, Pine, maps of that sort would play really well in 3v3 with respawns. I know that I've criticized Modern Warfare for having too many irons in the fire, but we are many months into the game at this point. I don't really feel out of line requesting them to do something new with some of their pre-existing material, because every time they've added a gunfight map, they put it in a 3v3 mosh pit, and I have no problems with that. It's just that those playlists don't last forever, and that to me is a crying shame. Because these maps are a lot of fun, it's just that not everybody wants to play a no respawn mode with random classes. One of my favorite features in Modern Warfare 3 was Face Off, and it was the ability to take 2 other friends and go up against a team of 3. It's very competitive, it's fun, and a little bit of a respawn delay makes your deaths have a little bit more weight while still keeping up the faster pace. Sometimes I'm in the mood for smaller maps and faster paced gameplay, but only having Rust, Shoot House, and Shipment for that is a bit of a drag. And the nice thing about 3v3 is that even though the combat would be very fast, it'll never feel like a clusterfuck. Killing somebody should take them out of the game for about 4 seconds, and that is enough time for you to regain footing, grab cover, and honestly just take a little bit of a breath. Again, the combat would still be fast, but it would be weighted. You can't just kill, die, respawn immediately, and kill and die, and nade spam everywhere. There would be a little bit more weight to your decision making, and I think that would really cater to Modern Warfare's core design, the design of these maps, and also just the fact that these maps, for the most part for me, are going completely unplayed because I'm not into gunfight. Maybe it sounds sad to you guys, but I really don't like ground war or gunfight as much. Ground war feels random, and gunfight feels just way too sweaty, and sometimes it just takes a bad connection or a loadout I'm not comfortable with to lose me the round, and then I just feel kinda shitty about it. I don't know. No respawn game modes in Call of Duty have never really been my thing because Call of Duty feels so fast and frantic. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. Maybe it's yours. But it'd be nice to be able to play these maps in the way that Infinity Ward clearly intends. It's weird that Infinity Ward only intends for you to do it temporarily. We've seen this a lot with shooters recently. Clearly the developers like the idea of a certain game mode or a certain map in rotation. They just don't want you to have too much fun with it, and they pull it out from under you. There should just be a 3v3 mosh pit playlist with respawns and custom loadouts that features all of the larger gunfight maps. Honestly, I wouldn't mind all of the gunfight maps because some of that would be kind of funny. I think playing on the Gulag in 3v3 with respawns would be just delightfully terrible. And it would be another way to grind things that isn't Shipment. It's another way to have fast-paced close quarters engagements that isn't Rust, and I think that's really cool. One of the things I really like about 3v3 on Trench is the lack of kill streaks, meaning people have no reason to camp. It's honestly just about getting kills and having gunfights, so it still follows that theme, and you're not gonna have VTOLs raining over the map and cluster strikes and precision airstrikes. Hell no. Which is good because during my live stream last night, I got a Merciless on Trench, and I don't think anybody wants to play Trench with white phosphorus on it or a chopper gunner above it. Nobody wants that. It would purely be about gun skill and positioning and, probably the occasional bad spawn death because it's Modern Warfare. But I want to know what you guys think about this idea. I said this before in a previous video, so I'm not trying to drag this topic out for multiple videos. I just really want a dedicated video towards this topic where I can sort of discuss my feelings about that more in depth. So hopefully it makes sense to you guys, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. 3v3, close quarters combat with no kill streaks. That's just so fun. And there's so many different maps that they could do that on, it would never feel stale. Shipment might be really good for grinding, but god, how much of one map can you play? It would be so much more fun to have these gunfight maps because then at least you have visual and actual gameplay affecting variety. So another thing about this, right? I am not completely against the idea of them making it 5v5 with kill streaks, basically replacing Shipment. Instead of Shipment 24/7, imagine 5v5 gunfight with custom loadouts, respawns, and kill streaks. It would be just as stupid, it would be just as brainless, but at least it would be unique. Of course, I'm not advocating for this as much as I am 3v3 without kill streaks, But what do you think about this? I think it'd be better for people that want that fast-paced, close-quarters gameplay, but they just don't want to play Shipment all fucking day. There'd be a lot of visual variety at least, and that's enough to keep people playing for longer. I think this is a net benefit to the community and to most of the player base. I know my friends would enjoy it because we used to play Face Off all the time back in Modern Warfare 3, so anyway, let me know what you think about this. I'm done talking now. See you when I see you. Goodbye.